let them see the magic. You cannot. It's okay. Y'all ready? Let us do this. Bust a couple shots off a big pop of wine. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? We don't got no lights. We don't got no lights. It's too sexy in here. We need some lights. Is it blue? No. Why do we always have light problems 2 minutes before the show starts? What's going on, beautiful people? Kasabian Lavoe. We in the building. Y'all know what time it is. ¿Tú entiendes? The time of the time is the time. There's a lot of lights going on, and it's mad bright, and it wasn't bright a minute ago. So now I'm kind of tripping. But here we are. What's going on, beautiful people? How are you? How's everyone doing? How is your Monday? Hey, fair warning. Today's show is gonna be kind of dark. A lot of murders and shit like that. People gonna be getting stabbed up and shit like that. So we got a lot to talk about, but it's gonna be an interesting show. Just dark. Just fair warning. Maybe push the record button, Kasabian. Maybe they want to see it when you upload it. All right, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. I had an interesting day. Not really. I just slept a lot. I think I'm clinically depressed at the moment. But hey, we'll get into it. And we'll get into today's topics. And we shall call it a show today. I hope. If not, gunshots for Big Papa anyway. Let's what was my joke today? Oh, hey, watching Benzino cry hurt my feelings because he has a great body, pause, for being 90 and not having a neck. I'm jealous. Hey, I just come from the poet's part. Legal, baby. I gotta make it. Remember, if you can't hear the music, it's because you're watching. If you want to listen to the music, you gotta listen to the pod on the audio broadcast. Yeah. And if you sign up for the Patreon, you can listen to mad music. We're gonna have music night. We're gonna have all type of stuff. We really gonna get down. We just want 2,000 subs. Bust a shot for 2,000 subs on the Patreon. Make sure you head over to the Patreon /Kasabian. Real simple. Kasabian. Yes. Kasabian. Now, baby, tell me what you want to do. Now, tell me, do you want to get freaky? I do you right away. I do. It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe wine. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Kasabian Lavoe, and I'll be your host with talent on loan from God. Yes. It's borrowed time, y'all. We back in the building this Monday. How's your mental health doing? I'll start. I slept all day. I don't know why. I've been sad, being honest, because fuck, man. I hate buying new cars, bro. I hate going to dealerships. And right now, the biggest problem with I've always been self-employed. People don't like giving loans to people that are self-employed. So I usually buy shit with cash. But because we're buying properties, we have to have strong credit. So that means I got to use credit. I got to take out loans. I got to do things. Oh, the stresses of sitting down and saying, yeah, I'm an independent artist. I'm a realtor. I make money, dog. Like, it's hard for people to comprehend. It's difficult. And it's irritating that every fucking time you got to sit down and explain to them that you get paid a paycheck every 4 months from music that you wrote 20 years ago. Like, sorry you don't get that. Motherfucker gonna look at me and say, that's not a job, so we can't get you a loan. I was like, that's not a job? All right. She's got me pissed the fuck off. And then it's like gale force winds outside in Las Vegas. So if you're in Vegas, please be careful. Everybody's phone went off a little bit ago. And everybody basically was like, it was a whiteout. The whole whiteout. It was nuts. All right, today's show is going to be interesting because it's going to be very dark. Okay, we're going to talk about my son. Let's talk about my son and why he's the funniest baby ever. My son has older sisters and brothers, and my kids are just like rude, funny ass little kids. Hold on. I got to make sure the beep button works. The neighbor comes outside with her baby and her dog, and they're walking on their way. I'm assuming to like the mailbox or something. My baby's outside. He's playing with the other kids, my kids and whatnot. And as the lady's coming back home, she's saying, hi, everybody doing? Hi, everybody. Hi, how's everybody doing? My son's like, hello. He's like real obnoxious with it. He's like, hi. So the lady drops the dog leash and he goes, huh. I hope you can read my lips. But he said, huh. He called her a he said, huh. He said, huh. Busting shots for my baby. Oh man, that's hilarious. Hey, man, holy shit. Man, that's funny stuff, y'all. That's funny stuff. All right, we'll get into Ketanji Brown Jackson. We'll talk about her nomination. Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. That's a big deal. We'll talk about T.I. sucking ass on stage at the Barclays. Gillie, the kid from Gillie and Wallow, $1 million worth of game. Gillie is beefing with Wiz Khalifa, Mr. Black and Yellow himself. We'll talk about that and why that's funny, because I think it's hilarious. You can listen to all the uncensored shit on Patreon, but that's gonna be censored too, because that's just funny as shit. We'll talk about their little beef, and then we'll get into all the dark stuff. Would you want to see a loved one, your loved one's last moments before they got deleted? Would you want to watch that video? Is that something you'd be down to do? Canada bans foreign home buying. I thought that was something that we should definitely speak about, because I think it's something that would help here in America, as well as a student here in Las Vegas got arrested for attempted deletion and attempted touching of a teacher. We'll talk about that. And would you rather go on death row and take the firing squad today that's happening, take a firing squad, or get electrocutors? All this and more on the Kasabian Lavoe show. Everybody, let's have a good show. We're live from Las Vegas, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh God! Oh God! So, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. I didn't speak about it. Everybody was having think pieces and making all this weird shit up about how bad they were treating her. Let me tell you what bad is. Imagine if somebody that was running for the same seat was accused of assault as a teenager in middle school, and Judge Kavanaugh was accused of rape and sexually assaulting a young lady 55 years ago in middle school at a party that he didn't remember that he went to. The girl didn't even go to, doesn't even remember anybody there. And it was over 50 years ago. They dragged this man's family, his wife, and everybody across the world got to see him be humiliated over something that never happened. So please miss me with the bullshit when y'all say that Miss Ketanji Brown had to go through some things. Although Judge Ketanji Brown did have to go through things, that's just how it goes. Luckily, they didn't come up with a crazy rape story for her. It's pretty fucked up what they do when you're running for judge. It's really fucked up. So you can play all the clips you want to play, but unless you talk about Judge Kavanaugh and that bullshit, miss me, because it really happened. The guy got treated like a fucking animal for something that never even happened. Nothing, it never happened. Her own fucking people said it never happened. They're like, yo, you was never even there. You was like 3 years too young to even be at that party. What are you talking about? So, congratulations to her. I'm glad that we have somebody that's more representative of ourselves. I would also like to see more people that are qualified. I don't care if you're not representing us. I just want qualified people in that spot, because those people are definitely changing things. And that's not, no. That's not a spot that you can just give. You know what I'm saying? This is a real thing. So T.I., I know I said I was gonna stop talking about T.I. I really wanted to. I didn't even want to bring it back up, but
A few moments
to
later.
watch him bomb wasn't the funny part. I didn't care about him bombing. He's gonna bomb from time to time. What was funny to me was that he was like, "No, I loved it. I'm glad I bombed. I'm glad I came back from bombing, bro." Let's be honest. The jokes are weak. He's not funny. He's more like a living room funny. He doesn't have any skills. He's not really building his chops, so he's getting chopped down. That was a comedy show with other comedians. People paid money. This wasn't no free open mic shit. So these people professionally sat down and put together a show, like a whole gig, and you came out there with some bullshit, fucking whatever your gig, what toilet seat comedy? Yeah, that's classic, bro. You fucking 12. That's ghetto. It's ghetto. You just gotta stop. You just gotta stop. He's going through a midlife crisis. It's obvious. Next, he's gonna be fucking juggling on the side of the freeway some bullshit. He can't figure life out. It's weird, yo. It's weird. It is weird. No, that nobody respect that shit. So Gillie don't like Wiz working out in his underwear. It's not underwear. It's the UFC pants, shorts. I can't wear them shits either. They're too tight in the nut area. Like, don't get me wrong, they're flattering, but when you're around dudes, it's tough. I remember I used to go to the chiropractor and they would have to like stretch my legs and stuff, and the nurse would always put like 2 towels on my area because, yo, Gillie's so fucking stupid. Gillie's mad at Wiz because Wiz is working out with his nuts out. Let it go. Y'all gotta stop. What do you see you? Whatever the problem really is, I hope they stop. It don't need to go any further, especially because Wiz was just on their podcast. So if you don't know, Wiz Khalifa is an MMA advocate. He loves MMA. He's been training jiu-jitsu. He trains consistently. It changed his life, he says. So you got to understand that he's passionate about it. So he's full throttle. He works out in MMA gear, which allows him to stretch. He's a long, lanky dude, so he has to wear the shorts that, they make. They're just short, and he's just really tall, so it just looks a little extreme on him, but nothing crazy. Like, get your mind out the gutter. If you can't see that, if you see something sexual in that, and you're a man, you might have, I don't know what's up, but Gillie's offended. Gillie spazzes. They take down Gillie's page, completely just delete it, because Wiz's fans go crazy, right? Gillie starts a new page, gets his page back, and he's still talking about the shit. You can talk about it on TikTok, and I mean, I don't find it. It's funny, but it's just like, Gillie, what's up? Why are you mad, bro? If you don't want to see his nuts out, then don't look, one. But don't get offended at the fact that he's doing it. I don't see what the offense is. You shouldn't be offended at what he's doing. He's literally just working out. The fact that you do have an issue is what really bothers me. That's what I'm saying. I just can't say that. We could do it on Patreon. Patreon. I don't think that's going to work. I wanted to see if I could put the video up. Wrong Gillie. Couple of gunshots for Gillie, the Gillie monster. Not Gillie the kid. But that's an interesting thing. I just don't know where that goes. I really don't know where that goes. I hope they don't I just hope they don't go too far with that. I really don't. So let's get into all these nasty stories. Again, head over to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Kasabian. I want to remind you guys that that's where we're going to start putting a lot of content. So for $5, we're debating over one podcast. So y'all can help us out. Either you get one podcast a week for $5 extra, or the top tier, which would be a couple of live podcasts and a Zoom where we all get together and you guys can give us topics and tell us, what you want us to talk about, on top of a new late night podcast that we're starting. So head over to Patreon. Just subscribe. I will start posting this week to let you know what's going on. And we'll put it up for free. A couple of things that we'll be doing, we'll put them out so that you see what we're doing and show y'all what's going on. But hopefully we can have a couple of things with Gillie Monster himself is in here. We're going to be doing radio shows with Gillie. I have a couple of co-hosts that I want to do like I said, this late night show that I want to do is going to be dope as shit. It's not going to be like all these other late night shows. It's just my version of a late night show. I just really wanted to do a late night show. I think those would be dope. But anyway, we'll get into all that. I just want to make sure that after, you're going to hear me say patreon.com Kasabian. It's right there on the screen, right here. Right here. Go to Patreon, patroni.com/Kasabian. Do that, and I look crazy on the screen because there's nothing here, but I know it's over there. So right here, mira para acá, mira pa, right here, here, patreon.com/Kasabian. Remind me to remind y'all. We got to get into these dirty stories, and I'm not really too excited to get into them, but they're very compelling, so please stick around and let's talk about this. Oh, the Daily Driver. Ooh, you down? Don't put that out there if you're not gonna do it, because we could do that. Well, is it gonna be daily? I wouldn't do it daily. Let's get into today's first story. We'll introduce Gilbert, the personality, soon enough, and we're definitely gonna have fun. I can't wait. I'm really excited. So remember again, it's patreon.com/Kasabian, Kasabian. It's real simple. /Kasabian. 2,000 subs. That's my goal. And I don't want to sell feet pictures or make my butthole wink. Please go sub to the Patreon. Gunshots. That's gonna be my clip. I pose a question. Everybody listening in the chat. Oh shit, Gilbert will show his boobs. That'll be exclusive content in the $15 tier to see Gilbert's boobs. All right, stop. Let me get into character. All right, y'all. Here's a question. Would you want to see a family member of yours murdered on tape? If somebody said, we have a video of the last moments of your family member, would you want to watch it? I think I do. How about you? That's my question. If your family member was deleted and it's on video, do you want to watch what happened? Now, I know that sounds crazy. I know it does sound crazy, but nonetheless, it gets worse when your job is to deal with dead bodies. Stories about a coroner who happened to come onto a job site in which his family members were the victims. This is from KFBK News Radio. It's by Bill Galalucci. I hope I said that right. This is a really good story. A county governor, excuse me, let me turn this shit down. It's blaring in my ear, and I'm not really sure if it's blaring for y'all right now. I'm sorry. I turned it up because I felt like I was talking too low for this story. Depends on the family member, huh? So like what's off limits? Who do you not want to see? I'll read the story. A county coroner in Georgia made a horrific discovery after responding to a fatal shooting at a lock, stock, and barrel shooting range in Grantville. I don't know where Grantville is, but it sounds like a place where they would have a lock, stock, and shooting range. Coweta County Coroner Richard Hawk was one of the first people to arrive to the scene and was devastated to find the victims were his parents, Tommy and Evelyn Hawk, and his 19-year-old son, Luke. Authorities believe that they were killed during a robbery at the shooting range. The Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives is working with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations to track down those responsible. Officials are concerned because the suspects stole at least 40 firearms and a DVR camera with the gun range. From the gun range, excuse me. I don't know why I said with. In quotations, the brutality of the senseless murders, along with the fact that these killer or killers, because they got it in quotes, have acquired additional firearms, makes solving this case our top priority. ATF Atlanta Field Division Specialist Agent in charge, Benjamin P. Gibson said in a statement, the ATF has offered a $5,000 reward. Pay attention to how little that shit is. A $5,000 reward for any information that leads to the arrest of the suspects. In addition, the city of Grantville and the National Shooting Sport Foundation have offered $15,000 in reward for information to help catch those responsible in this homicide. In quotations, I've been here 8 years. We've never had anything like this. That was the chief police, Steve Whitlock. Right now, I'm speechless. I'm having a hard time talking about this because they were our friends. We knew them for a long time. That's really sad. That's really sad. That's really, really, really sad. I don't want to see people I care about, but if it was like my little brother, for sure, I want to see his last moments. Gotta see. Yeah, you see, I can't say that out loud, but I mean, yeah, that man. I don't know if I could stomach it. I'm gonna be honest with you. This type of shit would fuck me up. If I walked in on that, I think I would fall apart. But hey, listen, it's a thing. There was a story I wanted to talk about that I didn't write down, and I knew I should have fucking wrote it down. But it was one of those off-topic topics, and I don't know if I was trying to find y'all. It was one more topic. One freaking more topic. I can't find it. Oh, Dios mío. What the hell was it? I had one more topic. Oh, yeah. For anybody that's watching and you want to contribute topics to the late night show, please, by all means, head over to patreon.com/Kasabian and, sub. And then we'll be having like monthly meetings where we all get together and we'll be taking suggestions and we'll definitely be talking about your subjects. And we'll give you a call on the show so that you can co-host with your topic. I think that'll be dope. Again, that's patreon.com/Kasabian. Just head over there now, subscribe. There's 2 tiers. 2 tiers. So, Canada wants to ban foreign home buyers from coming and using Canada as a tax haven. So, Canada has been, because of COVID, used as a tax haven, and we've been having similar problems here in America with big hedge funds, giant investors coming in and buying multiple homes in giant waves, putting them up for rent, changing the entire city's footprint because they literally remove the factor of new home buyers being able to acquire homes and upgrade and change wealth and things of that nature. So with America going through all these changes, the government's been trying to figure out how they're going to change housing, which is very scary. Canada started doing something, and I want to talk about it because it's interesting in the way they're trying to approach it, and I appreciate it. I think it's different. I definitely think it's different. The story is from KTNV.com. It's actually from the AP. It's out of Ottawa. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government is banning foreign investors from buying homes in Canada for 2 years in a bid to cool off the housing market. Financial Minister, I'm gonna say this all wrong. Is it Criesta Freeland? Probably wrong. Maybe it was Crystal. Who knows? There's no L. It looks like it's missing a couple letters. Took a number of measures to tamp down speculation and demand amid record home prices in announcing the federal budget for this year. They're experiencing the same thing we're experiencing, except that there's a lot less people in Canada, so this affects them a lot more than it affects us. Even though the amount of houses that are being bought up by hedge funds and investors are fucking us up. The government announced a 2-year ban of foreign home buying, as well as higher taxes for people who sell those homes within a year. Kind of what California was trying to do with flippers, or want to do with flippers. Though both measures include multiple exceptions, including the permanent. This is so irritating. What's the point of saying, like, who cares? Obviously, if you're going to become a permanent resident, this doesn't affect you. And if you're a foreign student that's happened to live there just for school, this also doesn't affect you. It's weird to me that they have to say stuff like this, but I would think that you would obviously know. What they're trying to do is just stop investors from coming in and putting a chokehold on the market and not allowing new home buyers to come in and buy homes. The new budget will also include, and again, Canada helps these people buy these homes, so this is a really big deal. The new budget will include ways to help those trying to get into the market by making changes for first-time homebuyers tax credits as well as new savings accounts. The news outlets reported that in the last year, rental rates increased as well and home prices have soared by 20%. Even though that is interesting, 20% is shit. Vegas, we're at 46%. 46%. Talk about soaring prices. I would like to see hedge funds get kicked out of Vegas, get kicked out of Nevada, and allow regular people to buy houses again. This type of stuff to me is very interesting, and I like to wonder, or I guess I'd like to say, what are your thoughts on this? Is this something that you think that will help? I don't like the government stepping in, but you need regulation. They're outbidding us. There's too much fucking money involved. There's too much power involved, and they're using houses as a money tool. But I need a house to live. Like, I get you want to make money, but now you're fucking up my life. I don't know. We got to talk about that. Remember, head over to patreon.com/Kasabian and sub today. That's patreon.com/Kasabian. Patreon.com/Kasabian. We're going to go crazy until we get 2,000 subs over there at Patreon. There's 2 tiers. So, this next story is a little disturbing. Very disturbing. It comes out of here in Las Vegas from a high school. And a student that went a little ape shit on a teacher, and cringe warning. There's a lot of trigger words and shit in this story, and I really, man, hugs and prayers to everybody involved. The story's out of Fox 5 here in Las Vegas. Jonathan Martinez Garcia, 16, was booked on 6 felony counts According to the jail records provided by Las Vegas Metro Police, those charges include sexual assault, 3 counts of attempted murder, robbery, and battery with intention to commit sexual assault, according to the records. The original story, which broke, was early morning or afternoonish, I want to say, and they actually included it here, and we'll get into that. The Las Vegas Metro Police Department announced Friday that a student has been arrested after he was accused of sexual assault and attempted murder of a teacher at a local high school. According to Las Vegas Police, on Thursday, approximately 3:30 p.m., officers were dispatched to a high school. I'm not telling y'all the address of the school or the school. It was El Dorado. For a report of an injured teacher. Arriving officers were directed to the classroom where the female teacher was being treated by medical personnel for multiple injuries, police say. According to LVMPD, an investigation by the Department of Sexual Assault section indicated that the teacher was in her classroom when a 16-year-old student entered to talk about his grades. At some point, police say the suspect got violent, began punching the teacher, and strangled her until she lost consciousness. Police say the suspect fled the classroom after the attack, and the victim was later found by another school employee. The suspect was transported to CCDC for booking for attempted murder, sexual assault, battery with intent to commit sexual assault, first-degree kidnapping, and robbery, police say. That is a fucking mouthful and very intense. What is happening? Like, what the fuck is happening? That's intense. That's an intense story. Make sure you head over to patreon.com/Kasabian and subscribe for all the exclusive content today. Now, if you had to choose how you died, either by firing squad or electric chair, which one would you do? I think I would take the firing squad. Gang. Just let me do it my damn self. I think that's the way I would go. That's just me, though. I might bitch out. Who knows? I might not. I might be like, yeah, let's do this, motherfucker. I don't know. I just never been posed a question, I guess. You have to be posed the question. So head over to patreon.com/Kasabian for exclusive content today. This next story comes from my nose is stuffy because it's extremely windy outside and we live in a dust bowl. When you live in a dust bowl, your whole life. Damn, I don't think I took my allergy medicine either. Fuck. Bust a shot for allergy medicine one time. Okay, the story's out of KVVU-TV, Columbia. It's actually out of the AP again. Why do I keep doing this? From Columbia, South Carolina. A South Carolina inmate is set to die either by firing squad or electric chair later this month. And he's asking the Supreme Court to halt his execution. Lawyer for the 57-year-old Richard Moore says he shouldn't face execution until judges determine if either method is cruel and unusual punishment. Moore is set to die April 29th unless a court steps in. Let me say this. Pause. If you're supposed to die, like if they said, hey, you're going to die, there's no such thing as cruel and unusual unless it like drags out. And depending on your crime, I don't think that there's a such thing as cruel and unusual. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's certain people that need to cruelly and unusually die. And getting shot is not that unusual. Or electrocuted, I guess. He has until next Friday to choose between a South Carolina electric chair, which has been used twice in the past 30 years, or being shot by 3 volunteers who are prisoner workers in rules that the state finalized last month. Give it up for South Carolina for busting a bunch of shots. Can you imagine how crazy it's got to be that the fucking state goes, hey, the COs get to shoot the inmates? Yo. Man. South Carolina correction officers finished updating the death chamber to prepare for execution by firing squad. Moore has spent more than 2 decades on death row after he was convicted of killing a convenience store clerk, James Mahoney, in Spartanburg. Hugs and condolences to the Mahoneys. Moore could face a choice between the electric chair or the firing squad, 2 options available to the death row prisoners after legislation altered the state's capital punishment last year in an effort to work around a decade-long pause in executions. This is so amazing to me. They're fast-forwarding this shit and saying, fuck it, we can shoot him too. Attributed to the corrections agency's inability to prosecute lethal injections. Really? So they can't even give the shot. It's awesome. The new law made the electric chair the state's primary means of execution while giving prisoners the option to choose death by firing squad or lethal injection if those methods are available. Lethal injection is not available. The state corrections agency said last month that it had finished developing protocols for a firing squad execution and completed a $53,600 in renovations on a death chamber in Colombia, installing a metal chair with restraints that face a wall with a rectangularly. Yo, you fucking kidding me? It's a metal chair that faces a wall that has a 15-foot hole inside of it. In case of the firing squad execution, 3 volunteer shooters, all corrections department employees, will have rifles loaded with live ammunition with the weapons trained on the inmate's heart. A hood will be placed over the head of the inmate, who will be given the opportunity to make a last statement. That shit is crazy. But if you head over to patreon.com/Kasabian, it just gets crazier. Okay, it doesn't. We don't even have content up yet. But go to patreon.com/Kasabian right here. Patreon.com/Kasabian. Make sure y'all pay attention to that. Now, my last story, I didn't write it down, and now I remembered it. The only reason I remembered it is because I just, like, a flash of him crying like a bitch popped up in my head. So Benzino is living in Atlanta. Benzino has fallen from grace. A lot of people that once were up here are way down here today. Pay attention to what's going on with those around you. This money doesn't last forever. People go through shit. Benzino's going through shit. He's got a baby mama, and he's got some baby mama drama down in Atlanta. Star went live and put up a link with a video of Benzino dealing with the police and body cam. I feel bad for the boy, man. He going through it with his baby moms and shit. She got a little punk ass police boyfriend that was threatening him and shit. But he started crying. He's like, just like, it's fucked up. The truck had all types of fucking dents in it. I didn't touch that piece of shit truck. And the cop comes up and goes, yo, that truck was immaculate, bro. It's literally just 2 dents from where he punched it. Who said I punched it? She said I punched it? That's because she's fucking him. I swear to God, that's what he said. She said I punched it because she's fucking him. And he was hurt. I mean, he's like, and the cop was like, hey, man, calm down. Be an adult, damn it. Stay over here in the grass. Stop moving. Atlanta police don't give a fuck about you New Yorkers, boy. We from Boston. They don't give a fuck about you up north, boys. I promise you that shit. Don't go watch that tape. That shit was so sad. He cried, and he was like hurt. And on top of being hurt, his body, looked phenomenal. I was embarrassed. I'm like, I gotta go back in the gym. I feel bad for myself. Like, I feel like a fat fucking piece of shit. He's 57 years old, and the man's got fucking a great physique. I'm upset. He should have just shot the fair one. Let him fight. Let him fight. That's how you're supposed to handle that shit. Let him fight and get over it. Man, that was a quick show. Probably I shouldn't have went so quick. The only reason I went so quick is because now we're on patreon.com/Kasabian. Patreon.com/Kasabian for exclusive content today. That's today's show. Thank you. My name is Kasabian. Live in the moment. Don't live in the past. Be safe. Stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you.